as you guys can see, I've already done my base and my brows. My brows I always do with the soap brows because I already have powder brows. I don't need much else, so I just comb my hairs up with this and I'm good to go. For my base, I have color corrected with the NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette in the shade Deep. I just use the orange shade. I buffed that out with a Morphe M173 brush, and then I just put my Born This Way matte foundation all over. Yeah, I'm just gonna start the rest of my makeup. I am gonna do my eyes first, but I just wanted to have my base out of the way without putting on concealer, of course, just in case we have any fallout on my cheeks. I'm gonna start by carving out my brows and also prepping my eyelids for eyeshadow with the Born This Way multi-use concealer in the shade Honey. I feel like I need to buy new products because I've been using the same products for so long. I feel like I just want to try new stuff. So if you guys have any recommendations of like a good concealer, good foundation, please let me know. I do want to try the new Huda Beauty foundation, but I think it might be too matte for me. I do have the stick foundation and I've been wanting to do a video on that one, guys, but I just don't like it. So I don't know if it makes sense for me to make a video about it. It's not that I don't like the foundation per se, it's just that I can't find my shade in that foundation, and that makes me just like so hesitant to try it. But if you guys do want to see like a wear video how that one looks on my skin, just let me know and I'll definitely film that. I'm not too sure about that foundation. Putting a little bit of that concealer on my eyelids. My eyelids are super dry right now. I have eczema on my eyelids, which is great. Just buffing that concealer out. I don't want to set it too much because my eyelids are already pretty dry. I don't want to emphasize the texture that I have on my eyelids even more. Setting that with a brush that has the tiniest amount of powder on it. All right, now for this look, for this Valentine's look, I want to keep it quite soft but cute. I don't want to do like glittery eyelids or lots of shimmer. I don't think I want to do any shimmer at all. I think I'm going to keep it quite matte, but I do still want to look and feel pretty and cute. So I am going to, of course, do something with pink. Any excuse to put pink eyeshadow on my eyelids, I will definitely. I'm gonna try to keep it to one palette. I grabbed two just in case, like the two palettes that have the most pink in it. I think I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Medium Nude Obsessions palette. This is so pretty. So I'm thinking I'm gonna work with the mattes from this palette, and if I need it, I don't know if I will, but I also have this Morphe 35XO palette that is just a palette of pink dreams. I might dabble in here for some pink shades, but I'm gonna try to just take every color out of this so I can keep it to one palette. And all right, I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I don't know why I never plan out a look in my head. Just sit down and think, you know what, whatever happens happens. I'm gonna start with this. I started off with this color right here and I'm packing that in my crease, packing it first and then blending it. I'm gonna blend it quite outwards. When you guys do your eyeshadow, do you do one eye first or do you do both eyes at the same time? Let me know. I've gone through a phase where I've done one eye first and then try to do the exact same thing on the other side, but I just sometimes would notice that one eye would come out better than the other one. So now I just do both eyes. Like when I do my crease here, I do my crease there. When I do something here, I do something there. In what order do you guys do this? I wonder. That's the color right there, all blown out, nice and soft. I'm gonna switch brushes real quick. I'm gonna switch to a smaller blending brush, still a little bit tapered, but a bit smaller. I'm gonna grab this shade right here in the top right corner, which is a bit darker, a bit more orange. And I'm gonna pack that into my crease and a little bit on my outer V, but I'm not blending it out just yet. I'm just placing where I want that color to be. Now I'm just blending that out. And whenever I think it's not defined enough, I just go back and I repeat that step. So I'm going back in with the shade with that small brush, placing that color where I want it. I'm blending it out again. This is gonna be the easiest Valentine's look you've ever seen. I'm gonna use like 4 shades and be done. And then I'm gonna use this dark burgundy shade right here, and I'm gonna put that in my outer V and right here on my lids to make it look like a little bit more smoky. Let's use this MAC 239 brush. Dabble that in there. Let's see how this shows up on my eye. Oh, that is a nice dark color. So as I said, in my outer V, packing that in, and a little bit up to the crease so it blends into something just right there. And then take your brush and blend over the edges. So as I said, there's nowhere to go in the Netherlands. We're in the middle of a total lockdown. All stores except for essential stores like grocery stores and like drugstores are closed until further notice. There was a date. I think the date was supposed to be end of January, then that got pushed up to I believe this week, and then now it has been pushed up again. We also have a full-blown curfew. We have to be inside the house by 9 p.m. and you can't leave your house until 4:30 in the morning, or else you get a ticket, which is a fine, I believe. Is that how you say it in English? A fine? That is 95 euros. And yeah, this is the life we live right now, which is insane. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna like, I think I'm gonna cook us something. I'll probably cook, buy enough snacks, have enough drinks, and watch movies. And you know, just have a night in. But even for those nights, I still want to look pretty, you know. I don't want to, like, I'm always in sweats and I'm always in looking like a bum. Let me look pretty. I'm just repeating that on this side. I'm noticing the eyeshadow is looking a little bit patchy, but that's not the eyeshadow's fault. It's because of the eczema on my eyelids. You know, eyeshadow will emphasize the texture of that, but I don't really mind. And that is everything blended out. Then I'm gonna go over my edges, the edges of my eyeshadow, with just a clean eyeshadow brush to make sure all the edges are blended out. I want it to look quite grungy too, so I'm not being too neat. And then I do want to put a light color on my eyelids, but I think I'm gonna have to grab a shade from this palette, from the Morphe palette for that. The shade I want is not in this Huda Beauty palette. I want it to be quite light. Okay, I'm gonna take this Zoeva 233 brush. I'm gonna take the shade, this one, I think. It's very light pink, and because I don't want this to look really put together, I'm not gonna cut my crease with concealer or anything. I'm gonna put this straight on my eyelid until about here. Definitely can put down concealer first if you want this to look a little less sloppy, if you will. But I like that look sometimes, you know, that it doesn't look like you took a bunch of time doing your eyeshadow. Okay, I'm gonna continue with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer underneath my eyes. Eyeshadow is done for now. I'm gonna leave it for now in the shade Honey, of course. Underneath my eyes, right there, under my chin. Let me just put a little bit here as well, just in case I'm looking a little bit orange. Blending that out with my beauty blender. I'm just cutting that eyeshadow with the concealer and my beauty blender, making that line a little bit more sharp, but I am gonna go over that because that's a little bit too sharp for me. Now for a new product I've been using. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour Bronzer Cream in medium. I love this. This blends out so amazing. I like this way better than the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. I either got that one in the wrong shade or it just doesn't work for me. I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna use my NYX number 5 brush, dabble a little bit in here. This is super pigmented, so you don't need a lot. See, it just blends out without me I'm not really even putting in much of an effort to blend this out. It just blends out on its own without taking any of the foundation underneath. Sometimes cream contour will ruin the foundation underneath. It will leave patches. It will pick the foundation up. This just blends perfect. I'm just gonna lighten up a little bit more underneath my eyes with the Too Faced Born This Way in Sand. And I usually let that sit there for about a minute. And while I do that, what I've been doing lately, instead of setting under my eyes first, I like to set my contour first, because if that loose powder gets on that area where you've cream contoured, it can get really ashy, at least for me. So I like to make sure that my contour is set first before I go in with my loose powder. I'm gonna set it, of course, with the Fenty Beauty in Caramel Cutie. I'm using a Morphe E4 brush. I just got this brush and I really like it. I'm just gonna pat this on top of where I've just cream contoured and bronzed. Like that. Blend out the chin. You see, that's so much better with a bright lifted under eye. You can really see like where my filler has completely dissolved, where the lines are. I'm getting, after like a year and a half, I'm getting my under eyes filled again next week. Almost 2 years even. A little bit more, over a year and a half. It held up so good. I'm gonna get it filled for the second time. I've been before to get them filled up, but the doctor turned me away because he was like, no, there's still enough filler in there. I'm not gonna do anything that you don't need, which is a good thing. Now it's finally time to get them filled again. Okay, now that everything is blended out, I'm just gonna go over my contour one more time. Then I'm gonna take my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder in Caramel, and I'm gonna set, not under the eyes just yet, but I'm gonna set right where my concealer meets my cream contour to make sure again that nothing goes ashy. So right here. So this is where my concealer is and where my contour is, and I'm gonna set right in between where they meet each other. And here, of course. This is just really to make sure that I don't look ashy, because I've been there before and we're not doing that again. Now taking my Huda Beauty loose powder in Pound Cake. Oh, sorry, Banana Bread, not Pound Cake, not yet. Just gonna quickly get the concealer out of those lines. Then I'm gonna just dip into that and set underneath my eyes, basically everywhere in the middle of my face. That, now my whole face is set without anything looking or turning gray or ashy. It happens to me more times than I would like to admit. Okay, so now that we've done that, everything is set. My bronzer is I was almost about to talk Dutch. Now that I'm basically set, I've already have a contour of bronze, because after contouring with cream, you don't really need to bronze a whole lot. You don't want it to be too much either. Let me finish up my eyes. First, I'm gonna go over it with my brush that I use. I'm just gonna go over the line so it's not such a tight line. Now I'm just gonna go underneath the eyes with a smaller brush. Where is a smaller brush? Smaller brush, yeah, found it. Grabbing my Huda Beauty palette again, going into the first shade that I've used, a pinkish one, dragging that underneath my eye. Don't know why I struggled with saying that, and I don't think I want it any darker than that. So what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day, huh? Let me know. Comment down below if you're doing anything with your friends, with your boo. Let me know. With your family. Maybe you're just gonna enjoy you some me time. Eyes are pretty much done. I like how it turned out. Just very soft and pink and pretty. Let me contour my nose because it's staring at me like bitch. I use a angled eyeshadow brush, by the way. There you go. For my nose contour, just use a angled eyeshadow brush. My camera got cut off, so I just quickly applied, my lashes. These are the Tatti lashes with Jamie Genevieve in number 2. Let's finish off this. Let me just apply. I don't know why, but I'm just addicted to bronzer. That's why I always have way too much bronzer on, because I can't stop applying it. Okay, let's do blush. For blush, I'm gonna use a Kiko blush from the Christmas collection. It's nice and pink. It's called the Holiday Gems Plush Suede Blush in the shade number 3. Grab a little blush brush. Apply that on my cheeks. And then I'm just gonna quickly set right here. And I only leave that on for like 1 second, and then I already just wipe that away. Almost done. Let me set my face with the Morphe Continuous Spray. I like to push everything in after I've sprayed. Now all we have left is lips and highlighter. For highlighter, I'm gonna use the NYX High Class highlighter in Daytime Halo. I always break the lids of every NYX product I have. I don't know if that's like a me problem or is it them? I mean, it happens with every product I own. For lips, I gotta keep it pink too, of course. I'm gonna use the, well, not lip liner wise, because Morphe lip liner in Trendsetter, just a little because this is quite dark and really pigmented. Blending that out a little with another Morphe liner in the shade Sweet Tea, which is a little bit lighter. Let's see, what do I want to use? Yeah, let's use this. This is the Kiko Hydra Shiny Lip Stylo in number 15. And then because I want it glossy, I'm using the Missguided Lip Juice. Missguided has launched a new makeup line, and I really like these glosses, especially this color. It's like nice and pink and it smells beautiful. I always go back and forth with my lip liner. And I think we are done. Now for hair, I think I'm probably gonna do this hairstyle, or I might do my natural curls. I'm not, because my man does quite like my natural curls, so I might give in, but I also might just rock up like this. It doesn't really matter because I'm not going anywhere, but you get the point. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like for like a at-home date night, do you guys dress up? Yeah, this is it for the makeup look. I really like the way this turned out. I'm gonna take a couple of pictures of this. But yeah, that is it for today's look. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you're doing for Valentine's Day this year, or if you're not gonna do anything at all. Let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know what you guys think of this look. Also, let me know what videos you would like to see of me in the future. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It would help me out so much. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.